Dear Izunami, the coral's grown over everything now. The throne, the archways, even the old guardian posts. It's as if the sea itself is trying to forget what we were. Since she passed, nothing's felt real. Not the silence, not the weight we're expected to carry. We don't want you to be or replace her is... I just want this place to feel like home again. I know you left for a reason. I never blamed you. The reef needs you again. Not to lead it, just to be here with us. Hello, lovelies, and welcome to episode 2 of Tidekissed. Thank you guys so much for the support on episode 1 of Tidekissed. I'm super glad that you guys are loving it so far. I assure you it is just the beginning, and we have actually added a ton of things since the last Tidekissed episode. One that's fairly obvious being we actually have an official Tidekissed resource pack now for the server. It is tied into the textures of the wonderful Whimscape texture pack. So as you can see, don't mind me, I was restocking my sea salad stock. We now have purple and cyan centered things for the GUI. We have little vines and stuff on the inventory GUI along with books. Books also have that texture on them as well. And as you can see at the bottom hotbar, everything's just teal and purple to match our theme. And along with a bunch of other things, of course. But yeah, thank you so much for the support on episode 1. Make sure you guys go support all of the lovely members that are in this SMP. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the community Discord. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so on our agenda today, I have made quite the to-do list for us. Let me not get massacred before I can tell you. Okay, so on our agenda today, we are going to stop by my beautiful sisters' homes and give them a little note and a gift and whatnot, just to welcome them back into our little home sea town. Oh dear. Hey, sir. Let's just, Anyway, next on our agenda, I really want to, bring this castle back to life. The coral has overgrown it. To be honest, I haven't really been looking after it too great. But now that my sisters are back, I'm a little embarrassed. So we're gonna work on rebuilding all of that. A few things I also want to do, I want to find us some pets, actually. I've been quite lonely. If you're a regular on my channel, you might know I usually have something adjacent to my kitty cat, or kitty cats now. I think it's been so long since I've done a series that I never mentioned that we have 2 cats now. We do. So I usually have something adjacent to Moon and now Artemis. I'll post some pictures right here. So we need to look for some sea equivalent versions of them. So yeah, first thing on the agenda, making little gift bags, goodie bags for our sisters. Now we need one for Nashlina, and we need one for Izumani. We're all princesses, we have kind of expensive taste, so I'm trying to decide on how extra I want to be about it. One of our mermaid members made a conduit. Ooh. I actually don't like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started and think of some things that we could give our sisters. Alrighty, for our sisters' gift baskets, I'm going to be basing their stuff off of what they put their likes as in our little member Discord server. For Izumani, we have to find things that align with sea creatures, cooking, sunlight, dancing, and adventuring. For Nashlina, we will have to find things that go with adventuring, cooking, the color pink, and decorating. Now, I have a lot of ideas for what I want to get them. It's just a matter of going out and getting materials and crafting all the things. So I will see you guys whenever I have everything ready and we are ready to go bring it to their bases. Voiceover cherry, start. Okay, so like I mentioned, I wanted to get both of my sisters things that go well with their personalities and likes. They both had similar things they liked, and I didn't want their gifts to overlap too much, so I got to brainstorming. Is more on the free-spirited side out of us sisters, so I leaned more in onto the adventure-y things with her barrel. I wanted to give her some musical gifts as well to highlight her love of dancing. Kind of awkward to dance if you have no music, right? Another thing I was thinking about during her gift hunting was her love of sea creatures. I had a few animals on hand in buckets already, so it was a perfect little addition into her gift box. Nashi is on the tougher side of us sisters. However, any chaotic thing I was thinking of giving her would have definitely gotten her into some trouble with Nerio, our knight, so I didn't want to take that risk. I totally won't be sneaking her some cool weapons and things I find or anything. I know she has a love for cooking, so I definitely wanted to give her a little, quote, big sister starter kit of sorts to kick off her cooking passion. Nashi also loves the color pink and decorating, so I combined the two with some plushies and other decor items added into her barrel. Both of them also have a few things I put into both gifts. I'll let Recording Cherry explain that further. Alrighty guys, I have officially gathered all of the gifts for our lovely sisters. May or may not have taken me a couple hours, but of course, they're worth it. So let me show you what I got them. For Nashlina, here's what I got her. I got her a couple little nightlight plushies of a frog and an octopus, some gold, some starter crop kelp that we have in the data pack, some watermelon popsicles, sea grape juice, starter cooking supplies, aquamarine diamonds, and pink decor items. I hope she'll like it. It's filled with all of the things she likes, so I'm sure she will. And now we have Izumani's barrel. Same sort of setup. They're both going to be getting the gems, the gold, and the kelp. Izumani has some seashells. I gave her some fairy lights of jellyfish and these cool purple magical kind of crystals. I got her a sea necklace, some decor items as well, but magenta, a spyglass for her adventures, a flute and a lute for her dancing, sunglasses and a hat for when she wants to go up for air for a little, you know, catch some sunlight, and I gave her some cute animals. One thing on my bucket list today is to find some animals for us, but I found these off camera and I don't feel like it's fair to just be like, hey guys, I have the animals now. So I'm gonna give these ones to her and then we are going to go hunting on our own for our separate pets. So yeah, that is what I got both of our sisters. Now it's time to just go deliver them. I have a sign and a glowing sack for the both of them. So let me pack all of this stuff up. Nashlina's is in my normal inventory and Izumani's is in my backpack. All right, let's just go. First, let's head over to Iz's place. Ooh, she's got quite the setup going on. Okay, I think we should put it... I don't want to be in the way. Let's put it in her bedroom. Let's do this. And I'm gonna put for both of them from the best sister and a little elf winky face. Surely they won't get confused with one another. I'm clearly the best sister, as you can see. All jokes, but I'm just going to set this all back up and then I'll see you guys when I'm done. And there we go. Definitely not exact, but sue me. Alrighty, that's Iz's done. Now we are going to head over to Nashi's. I think hers is Meow. If I know my sister well. I think she's over here. I don't know who the Meow person was. Okay, I just got confirmation that this is her house, but I am going to place it somewhere in here. Or should I place it outside? We'll place it outside. Hello, sir. Oh. Hi, Frank Ocean. Okay, we're gonna go outside so we don't disturb you. And we are just going to put it right here. And same thing from the best sister. Alrighty, now I'm going to do the same thing and lay everything out. Not exactly how it was before, but again, sue me. And now we have completed our to-do list item of giving our sisters some welcome gifts. Off we go to the next thing. Now, the next thing I want to do actually involves our lovely coral castle right here. It really breaks my heart to see it all, you know, overtaken by coral and overgrown, and there's even part of the village caved into it, so we really need to fix that. So I think the best thing for us to do to start is to clean the place up a bit and get it ready. I really want to talk to Nerio, Mortimer Jr., about helping me reconstruct this beautiful castle and maybe give it some upgrades so, you know, it looks like princesses live here, and a guard, and, you know, an army, and a kingdom. So yeah, we're just gonna fix up everything and mainly do the terrain today. I don't want to do too much in one episode. So let's get started. this little restoring section short and sweet for you guys, since it's mainly just a bunch of terraforming nonsense. So first, I went through the castle grounds and cleaned up any coral that had overgrown into the build, giving us a fresh, clean base to add on to later when we start building the castle back up. Then I went in and removed the village ruins that had somehow shifted and caved into the castle interior. Don't ask me how that happened. I really let this place go, it seems. At least these blocks will be repurposed for reviving the castle grounds. Of course, any merfolk affected by this construction will be swiftly moved into the castle's luxury quarters as soon as it's complete. Lastly, I cleaned up the outer parts surrounding the castle and just basically cut the grass. In mermaid terms, I gathered up all of the kelp, seashells, and grass around the castle and terraformed a tiny bit to make it easier on future me doing the pathways next time I work on fixing up the castle. It's a small start, but I'm super excited to see what the coral castle is going to look like once we get it all finished. Now, question for the comments. If you were mermaid royalty, what would you like added into this castle? Leave your comment down below. Alrighty guys, I have made quite a dent in progress in transforming / terraforming the outside of the coral castle. As you've seen in some of the clips, I just got rid of all of the weeds that have been growing around. I kept the coral, of course, other than the ones that were kind of, you know, evading the castle space that were inside of the castle itself. I got rid of those. Everything that I have broken from the castle is in here so we can repurpose it for something else. I'm thinking of doing maybe like a graveyard area, maybe, or like a like just a memorial kind of area with this dead coral and the stone bricks and everything. Castles have graveyard sites, right? We're gonna pretend they do. I don't know. We're gonna do something with that. We'll see. But I did, you know, clear up the place, but as I was clearing everything up, I kind of realized that the place needs a lot of terraforming. And I would rather get this episode out, you know, not in another month. So this is the dent that I made on camera. I might do some off-camera mining work to this, but we'll see. Of course I'll record it, but I don't think I'm going to be putting it in this episode. So this is where we are leaving it off for now. We got a good bit of progress done. We got everything cleaned up as sort of a blank canvas to start rebuilding everything. Now, you might be asking yourself a question. Cherry, where are you going to be getting all this quartz from? There's a lot of quartz in this build. Well, we're simply not. In literally any place that needs quartz, I am just going to put calcite. Actually think it might look cool. You know, it'll showcase that the castle had to be rebuilt and reborn again. So stylistic choice, kind of a forced stylistic choice, but I feel like it'll come out pretty neat. So maybe we can put some vines and stuff around where the quartz and the calcite meet. Now that we've got a good bit of progress done on the coral castle, let's go on over to our next objective. Now, I mentioned it pretty loosely earlier, but I really want to find us some pets. I did find a little guy. I was actually filming shorts. You'll probably see it whenever I decide to post said TikTok that I found him in onto the channel, but I did find a purple octopus, and we still have this sea bunny, but I also want to find some other stuff. You know, I kind of want some koi fish. I think doing something up here, maybe enclosing this part into some windows, actual windows with glass would be cool, and then we could put our animals up here, and then so I can actually go AFK up here and not die. But anyways, we are going to go find us some more animals. I need to start doing this whenever I go out anyway into the world. I always find cute animals and then I can't get them because I never end up bringing a bucket with us. Ooh, we need to go mining soon. Okay, let us go. I've seen them in these little like pockets before, so I think that's where we're going to look first. Onward. Wrong way. Once remembering which direction I was supposed to go, I sailed off to the several seas. Hey sir, can you not? In search of as many underwater pets as I could possibly find. First, I was after some koi fish. I ended up catching some mantis along the way, along with Dumbo octopus, and then the rest of it was really just waiting, swimming in circles. But after a while, I finally found... Yes! Yes! Okay. One of them. Now, after a few more grueling good 40 minutes. I did end up getting all of the koi fish I wanted to get. I went back near our base, and then I actually decided to go and grab some axolotls. It was pretty easy finding a lush cave thanks to the nature's compass. The mobs in there though were atrocious, so I hastily grabbed some of those babies and then got the heck out of there. I returned home, practically baby-proofed the entire house with the fencing for windows, and we had our precious little animals. Alrighty guys, we finally have a bunch of animals. I kind of went overboard just a little bit. Now in my backpack we have 3 Dumbo octopi, 4 koi fish, a sea bunny, 4 axolotls, and 2 freshwater mantis. Now, I'm not sure if I want to keep all 14, I believe, of them. We might have to disperse them into different areas. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep all of them, but we're going to see what we can do with space that we have. Now, I think if I just name them in the bucket, they'll come out having the name. I'm not sure. I think I do need name tags. Yeah, we're gonna have to get name tags. Okay, yeah, I'm scared about them despawning, so I don't want to spawn them yet. But that does give us time to let you guys name them. Now, we have a ton of animals, so if you guys have any name suggestions, please put them in the comments below. I'm probably going to try to think of some myself. I think I actually got a black and a white koi fish. So I'm going to name them most likely after Moon and Artemis. Let me fact check myself on that. So let me see which of these koi fish I have are black and white. Okay, yeah, here's our black one. And then we have a white one. There's also a black and white one. Okay, yeah. I might do the black and white one as Artemis and the mainly black one as Moon. I'm going to put them in here. I trust you guys remind me that they're in here or I am definitely going to forget. We have all of these lovely little critters to name. For the groups, we can probably... I think naming them by group would also be a cute idea. I was thinking of possibly having these two as like 2 twin names. You know, we have like a little axolotl army. Axolotl entourage or something like that. So yeah, just if you have any ideas, please, please, please comment them down below. Ooh, all of my armor is broken from traversing around and trying to find animals. I kept running into drowned. I ran into 3 drowns with backpacks and armor while looking for koi fish. Hello? It was ridiculous. Anyway, I think that is going to be where we leave it off for this episode. We got started on prettying up the coral castle, and we also got a bunch of animals as well. And then of course we left gifts for our lovely sisters. I'm so excited to see them on the server, and I'm super excited to see where this server takes us next. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, leave a comment, maybe of the pet names, maybe of something else. And if you're new, subscribe for more. Also, if you want, feel free to join the community Discord. The link is down in the description below. Me and friends and a bunch of the Tidekissed members are in there. So yeah, and with that, welcome to Tidekissed, and as always, I will see you in the next video.